Welcome to the Palliative Medicine podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Amara Warsu. I'm the technology editor at Palliative Medicine. The following article is entitled Effectiveness of Two Types of Palliative Home Care in Cancer and Non-Cancer Patients, a retrospective population-based study using claims data. Here is Dr. Marcus Kauser and Dr. Ankie Freitag to tell you more about it. The full paper can be found online at Palliative Medicine from pmj.sagepub.com.
My name is Markus Krause, and together with Antje Freitag, I am pleased to present our paper with the title Effectiveness of Two Types of Palliative Home Care in Cancer and Non-Cancer Patients, a retrospective population-based study using claims data, published in Palliative Medicine in May 2021. So, what is known about palliative home care? Palliative home care is an important component of palliative care, and it has a positive impact on the quality of care in terms of reducing potentially aggressive treatments like intensive care treatment at the end of life. In many countries, there are different types or levels of palliative home care. In Germany, where the study was conducted, the majority of patients receive primary palliative care, mainly provided by general practitioners with support from nursing or hospice services. Patients with very complex symptoms might be in need of specialized palliative home care provided by multi-professional teams, including physicians and nurses with mandatory qualification in palliative care. However, not all patients appear to have the same access to palliative care. More patients with cancer than without receive palliative care. Our study aims to close an evidence gap on the comparative effectiveness of primary palliative care and specialized palliative home care at the end of life in cancer as well as non-cancer patients. For this, we conducted a retrospective population-based study with claims data from over 95,000 deceased adults in Germany in the year 2016. We used healthcare indicators reflecting both palliative care and potentially aggressive interventions within the last 14 days of life. So, what does the paper add? We found that both types of palliative home care reduced potentially aggressive interventions. The more comprehensive specialized palliative home care was associated with less potentially aggressive interventions in terms of lower rates of hospital as a place of death, lower rates of hospital care, lower rates of intensive care treatment, chemotherapy, and application of a PAG at the end of life. These results hold equally for cancer as well as non-cancer patients. Only for parenteral nutrition, we found a possible indication of oversupply in cancer patients within specialized palliative home care.
Now it's my turn. Thank you very much, Marcus. My name is Antje Freitag, head of the project, and I want to give you the following take-home messages. First, we think that the potential to reduce possibly aggressive interventions at the end of life, which can be extremely burdensome for patients and their relatives, should be high on the agenda in political decision-making on palliative care infrastructure and in steering the allocation process of care resources in palliative care. Second, effort should be taken to intensify primary palliative care's learning from specialized palliative home care. This learning should be focused on how to better deal with difficult end-of-life care situations in order to avoid these burdensome interventions also in primary palliative care. Now we thank you for taking interest in our study. Further information and contact details of the authors can be found with the article.
For more information about this paper and other papers published in Palliative Medicine, please follow us on Twitter and check out our Facebook and Instagram pages. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast, and if you have a moment, please write a review or give us a rating, or even better, share this podcast with a friend or colleague. Your support really helps. We would like to have more authors record podcasts for us. If you would like to record a podcast and you've had an article published or accepted for publication in Palliative Medicine, please send me an email to a.freitag nwosu@lancaster.ac.uk.